Breaking records and I'm breaking news. Bitch be pressed like who you? I get whatever I like. Bitch won't bark, but they wanna bite. I got too many for using a mic.
Hi guys, and welcome back to the Terrible No Good podcast, where Brayden and Ben will be giving their terrible no good opinions tonight. No Benji here. Don't have to deal with his stupid takes this episode. It doesn't appear. He may call in though. Who knows? We may still have to hear that outlandish stuff that he tries to spill. Tell me I'm wrong all the time. Talking about how Florida and Tennessee, Florida not winning didn't matter. But anyways, we don't even have to dive into that again. But anyways, Ben, had a good week so far?
Good week.
Yeah?
Glad I'm not at work right now.
Yeah, Kroger's not always fun, I would assume. But I mean, telling people what to do, that has to be fun.
Can be, until they don't want to do it.
Fair enough. Well, why don't we just dive right into it? We're going to do 2 episodes today. This one's going to come out tomorrow. Well, today for you on Friday. So it'll come out on Friday. And then we'll have another one come out on Tuesday. But we got some interesting stuff coming up here this Saturday night. We kind of talked about it earlier, like a couple weeks ago. But the Logan Paul KSI Primecard is kicking off this Saturday night. And Ben, did you watch any of the press conference?
I watched the snippets and highlights of it because I don't really care for Logan or Dillion or KSI or Tommy. I like Jake the most out of all of them. So, do my bit a little bit and watch the snippets and highlights. In the end, though, all 5 of them are spoiled brats who think they're the best. So that irks me a little bit. But yeah, I watched a little bit of it, like the bottle throw and mic throw or whatever you want to clarify it as. I watched some of that in the scuffle, which was crazy. I'm sure you'd love to get right into that.
Did you see Chris Hansen come out?
I did.
That was funny. To catch a predator, Logan Paul called Dylan Dennis a predator, and we're saying that he was going to star in the next episode of the Takedown or something, whatever show that he has. But it was so funny. And then Dylan was like, I thought you were in jail. I thought you didn't pay your taxes. It was hilarious. But I do kind of understand both sides. I'm not a big, like, Dylan's hilarious. Like, Dylan's funny. He sold the heck out of this card. But he has gone way too far in talking about and saying and doing some of the things he's done to Logan's fiance, soon-to-be wife, calling her a whore, calling her all these other things, just basically making Logan look like a retard for marrying her.
Well, if the shoe fits.
But it has been very entertaining and very fun and made more people watch. So you got to give credit where credit's due. But I will say, today, that kind of blew my mind. I was watching it like kind of live while I was in the car driving. And yeah, I was driving watching YouTube. Don't give me a hard time. But Logan Paul tossed a little prime bottle at him, like hit him in the gonads though, hit him in the nuts. And then Dylan runs up on him. Logan gets like they're gonna start pushing and shoving. Next thing you know, you see a mic just come flying, hit him. His eye was leaking blood. They were trying to say that the fight may not even happen. But then Logan tweeted that it's going to happen. So we would be stupid if we didn't talk about it. And me being the Logan Paul guy that I am, I'm saying Logan Paul wins this fight fairly easily. I think Logan will make quick work of him. 3 rounds at best. Dylan's going to be out of there. Dylan don't even have a coach. But something else that's interesting is Conor McGregor will be ringside.
Please.
That's what they're saying. Conor McGregor will be there. Jake Paul will be there as well. So this has got interesting dynamics written all over it. I wouldn't be surprised if Jake and KSI get face-to-face regardless of what happens in that fight Saturday night. And there was talk about Conor and KSI, but there's also been some rumblings about Conor and Logan. So who knows where that goes? Logan beats Dylan. Dylan trains with Conor. Never know.
I don't know about that. I don't think Dylan's very well-rounded in the ring.
Oh no, I agree. Dillon's not a puncher. He's a jiu-jitsu guy. You know, he takes people down, and he says some outlandish things before and after doing it, but hasn't been in the ring in over 1,000 years, or not 1,000 years, 1,000 days. So we'll see. We'll see. Yeah. Totally. But so Ben, what do you think's going to happen in that fight?
So I also think Logan is going to beat Dillion, although I may be out of pocket, but I hope Dillion wins. I just don't like Logan. And he started the whole water bottle throw kind of. So, I understand that he threw the mic, which is a little excessive. It doesn't really compare in weight to a water bottle, but you started it.
Bro,
so
there's a difference between someone underhand throwing
he started
a water bottle that's half empty and someone throwing a mic, which is hard and can hurt someone seriously. There's a big difference.
Yeah, there is. But if you're in a bar and you playfully slap a guy's face, what do you think he's going to do?
Okay, you're trying to compare slap and punch. This is promotion. This is promotion. This is business. Bar fights typically are personal.
They're both personal.
But Dillion said it was all business. That's what he's saying. None of this is personal for me. I would be fine with Logan after the fight. And Logan said, no, I'm not about it. You've been talking crap about my fiance, calling her a slut, calling her all these crappy things.
He has, and I don't agree with that part of it. But you come in there, man. You start something, you got to be able to finish it. And he got it. Got the mic right to the face.
Okay, so Logan, what round? What do you say is happening?
Ooh. I want to say second or third, just because I really don't think Dillion is. I just don't think he's that good. I mean, I think you're right. I think others know it as well. I think Dillion may get knocked in a little bit, but I'm gonna say 2 or 3. I don't think it'll happen in the first. I think he'll come out, whether it's business or personal, and come out swinging, and then he's gonna get tired, or he's just not gonna be as good, or his technique, he's not going to be as focused and mentally preparing for the next moves, and it's going to get him, in my opinion, the second or third. But that's just me.
Do you think they'll ever do the the UFC fighting? They're talking about Logan said that which I don't think they're going to do it, because I don't think Dillion will give his side of the purse if Logan wins. And I think that was the bet. But I think that would be fun to watch. I don't know that Logan could stand a chance at all. I think Logan would probably get embarrassed, but I still think it would be entertaining if that did happen. I think that would be very entertaining.
Yeah, it could be.
But then again, Logan probably just wants to be done with him. Like Logan does not want to be involved in another promotion with that. No, and I don't blame him. I don't. Yeah. He's catching a predator Saturday night.
Predator.
You're hearing it first here. That's what we're saying. Maybe not first, but we did say it. Okay, but anyways, we got the next one. We hadn't really talked about this one. This one feels like the co-main, in my opinion. That feels like the main fight that everybody wants to see is Logan Paul versus Dillon Danis. But we're going to talk about it anyways. Tommy Fury versus KSI. What do you think's going to happen, Ben?
I think and want Tommy to win. I don't mind KSI. I don't hate him or dislike him. But same with Tommy. I think comparatively, though, you're thinking about this one and then the Logan and Dillion, I really haven't heard nowhere near as much news or whatnot surfacing, just like Logan and Dillion is. It's kind of the under the radar kind of level, but at the same time, it's not, because we know it's going to happen. And honestly, I think we all know it'll probably be a better fight. But I'm hoping Tommy wins, just for the sole fact that he beat Jake. So if he beats KSI as well, then it looks better for Jake. But if he loses to KSI, oh boy.
See, the thing that I think is going to happen is the only way that KSI can get a win, in my opinion, would be by decision. And if that happens, that's going to open a whole nother ballpark about, did KSI truly win it? Because it's under KSI's promotion.
True.
So people are going to question, was it biased? Was it rigged? And it honestly, if it goes to the decision, I don't even know that. I can't remember if they have judges or not. I can't remember if there's actually going to be judges there, and I don't know if they declare a winner after decision. I'm not sure. They potentially do, but I know it's not necessarily counted as like I guess it's considered a real fight, but it's not under some of the sanctions that normally go for a pro bout fight. Mm-hmm. So, but I'm going to go Tommy Fury. I think Tommy Fury makes fairly easy work of him.
I hope so.
Just to be honest, I think that's what's going to happen. And yeah, we can move on from that now. So.
Oh, goodness.
I don't even know that we really want to move on to what we talk about next, Ben.
Nope.
I don't really know that there'll be much debating here because we both said our Cowboys would lose. Mm-hmm. We both thought it would be a close game.
Or at least should have been close.
But it wasn't.
Furthest from it.
Very sad.
Yeah, I can't believe we usually conversate and talk in these games. We do other things in the games. This last game, I think we both sat in here and we were both fairly silent for the whole game for the most part. We were both just sitting here watching, and almost any word that came out of our mouth was, "You gotta be kidding me," or oh, "Of course." And that was just about the gist of it.
You're not going to want to repeat some of the words that I said.
True, yeah.
Me getting up, stomping around, was definitely pissed off, to say the least. It was not a good week as far as sports go. As far as that night, I was irritable. I went straight to bed. Wasn't about it. Mm-hmm. Ben, are we just that far from being a playoff team? Or not a playoff team, because we are a playoff team. Are we that far from being a Super Bowl contender? Or was this like a fluke? Was this something that's going to happen if we play them again in 3 weeks? Or, what do you think?
Yep, I think we're that far off. I think teams have figured us out. If you stop the run, we're done. When you go in to play Dallas, what do you think these other teams' game plans are? Cardinals, San Fran, teams with good D-lines that we can't run against. We go in there. When we can't run, we rely on Dak to throw. And I think people are starting to realize that. Dak cannot throw a football.
Not at all. Not at all.
Holy moly.
And the thing that there was a prior Saints GM that was talking about Dak and basically called him an average quarterback. And I think I don't know that I just don't know how to view it. Like, I think part of it is play calling. I don't like Mike McCarthy. Get him out of there. He don't know what he's doing. I mean, he's just it's terrible. This is supposed to be his last effort at kind of remaking a name for himself without Aaron Rodgers, and he just looks like an idiot. Like, in Jerry Jones, man, you're on your last limbs. You're on your last days on this earth. Why are you wasting it with Rudy Poot players like Dak Prescott and Rudy Poot coaches like Mike McCarthy? Look, if we go down, let's go down with somebody with potential. Maybe Trey Lance. Maybe we go out, and this is going to blow your mind, Ben, that I was thinking about this. Maybe we go out or we trade Dak to Minnesota
for Kirk,
and we get Kirk.
No, I would agree.
What if we did that? I mean, like Kirk Cousins. He played for the Rudy Poot Redskins a while back. Now he plays for the Vikings. He's been playing there for years. I don't know how well him in prime time's going to do with the star on his helmet. I don't know that Kirk Cousins can be the face of a franchise. But, man, I am so sick of Dak. I am so sick of it. I can't take it anymore. Mm-hmm. It hurts my feelings to sit there and watch a game. It hurts my feelings to get my hopes up. It hurts my feelings to do all these things. But the thing is, Ben, we should have knew that this was coming because of how we played against the Cardinals. Yep. Like we just chose to ignore it. And the thing that blows my mind now is that we're 2.5-point favorites over the Chargers Monday. We have no business being favorites. The Chargers, in my opinion, potentially are probably going to beat us.
I think so too.
We're not good. We're not good. We can't score. Get us in the red zone. We can't put a touchdown there. We just go to our. I mean, the only thing on our team that seems to be dependable is our rookie kicker, who played in another league and was a soccer guy. That's about. I think he's like 14 for 14 on field goals. That's about all we got to show for it right now. Micah, where were you? Where were you, bro? Do some.
He's posted too many videos.
Do some stuff, bro. Quit getting on Bleacher Report and talking about George Kittle wearing a F Dallas shirt. I really, bro, just shut up and play football. It's ridiculous at this point. Like, they were talking about his numbers against San Fran the past 3 times that we've played them, and they have not been good.
Nope.
They have not been good. Micah, you're not showing up when we need you to show up, but you talk like you're showing up when you're supposed to show up. So how about you talk after you start showing up when we need you to show up? Because right now, you know what it's showing? You're not the leader of our defense. You know who the leader of our defense is? Trayvon Diggs.
And he's out.
He's hurt. He's done for the season. Step yourself up. Do something, bro. Like, quit talking on Bleacher Report. Please cancel that. Get off. I know you're trying to build a name for yourself, but don't go at George Kittle saying laugh now, cry later. Don't be doing that, bro. You had your chance to shut up all them people, and you just didn't do it. All this stuff about Dak being mad when he was asked a question during postgame. And so you come out and lay that egg?
Yep.
We got embarrassed. Quit talking about what everybody else is saying. Quit talking about questions. How about you play well enough to where they don't have to ask those questions? We don't have to worry about it. Past 3 games against San Francisco 49ers, they have our number. They beat us. But any good team that knows what they're doing typically has our number and typically beats us. So you can rant some more, Ben.
No, I mean, I agree with you. We're 0-3 against San Fran and 2 of them were playoff games. If we play San Fran again in the playoffs, about the same thing will happen. Just like Debo said, if not worse, they don't want to see us. We really don't want to see them. Until we figure our own selves out, we do not want to see them. And I hate Philly, but we don't want to see Philly either. They have their ups and downs. You know, they're starting to mesh it together, but we don't want to see them either. I think it'd be just about the same thing.
I think San Fran's better than Philly.
Yeah, I think so too, barely, but I think Philly can keep up and can beat them. It's obviously, I mean, I think we're both aware it's a 1-2 punch. I like us at the 3, but after this game and the Cardinals game, I like us at 5, 6, 7.
I didn't like us there.
I mean, that's true, but we still good enough to beat teams like, Giants are awful. Jets are awful, but still.
Jets are not awful anymore. They're starting to pick it up. I mean, I'm just saying, the Jets have a good defense. If Zach Wilson can get going, and he's had two games where he hasn't made big mistakes.
How long can he keep it up?
Yes, that's what we're gonna have to see. But Breece Hall, kill it this week.
He's good.
I have you in fantasy. I need you to kill it. I'm starting you. They're telling me I probably shouldn't start you, but I'm starting you. So, okay. So let's talk about something that's not depressing. Well, actually, this is still depressing because we do need to talk about something else with the Cowboys. Our biggest complaint, now I didn't really mention him a whole lot because I wanted to talk about it in a separate kind of thing. What should the Cowboys do with Dak if we don't make this Kirk Cousins trade, which I talked about, and we play out the rest of this year and contract negotiations start back up? I think we can both answer the question and basically say the same thing. Get rid of him. That's what we think that we should do. Let me rephrase then. What do you think will happen with Dak? Do you think we'll keep him? Do you think we'll cut him? Not cut him. Do you think we'll trade him? Do you think we'll not re-sign him? What do you think?
So I think Dallas will keep him because Jerry Jones, did you see what he came out and said?
He had belief and he thought Dak was a good enough player to get us where we needed to go, and that was to win a Super Bowl.
Yep, and he said that basically word for word. And I never liked Jerry. I think I've said that multiple times on different podcasts, and this right here is just another reason I do not like Jerry Jones. I also do not like Dak Prescott. So I think Dallas and Jerry are going to keep Dak around, whether it's a restructure the contract, which I don't even think they're smart enough to do. If
we were able to restructure Zach Martin and Tyron Smith and all these other players that truly deserve the money.
Yep.
But we're not. Okay.
Yep. So what makes sense, they do the opposite. It's something we have come to figure and learn about our Cowboys. But I think Dallas is going to keep him around. Just like Jerry said, he thinks Dak is the guy to take us all the way. So I think that's what's going to happen there. But what I would love to trade Dak Prescott for a Kirk Cousins. I had a weird take that I got some fire on from Matt, Henry, and Benji, but I low-key wouldn't even mind maybe trading him for someone like Gardner Minshew. Or I'm just saying,
that
bro.
ain't gonna happen.
I'm
That
just
ain't
saying.
gonna happen. I agree with you. I'd rather have Gardner Minshew. To be honest, with the way he plays against the Colts, he plays smart ball. He throws the ball very well. He's very efficient, and he does it with a. Michael Pittman's good.
Our receivers are way better.
You think so?
Oh yeah, and well, here's the thing.
CD. I think CD's better than any receiver that they got. But I will say, like,
besides Pittman, who's there?
okay,
Right?
I mean, that's fair.
And their tight ends are the same as ours, except I think I'd take Ferguson.
Yeah.
Our defense is better all around. But see, something else I was looking at with that, you look at they're thinking Dak's getting too much hate. You can't blame Dak. They want to blame the defense for everything. They want to blame Pollard for not running, which, yes, they haven't been on their A game, but that's what helped us in those 3 wins. We did not score a lot on offense.
Our defense scored.
Our defense has as many touchdowns as Dak. What's that tell you, people? Dak is not him. And if you look at it, so something I've been keeping up with the grading reports of the players this season.
Yeah.
Offensive and defensive side of the ball. Cowboys right now are in the top 5 for O-line. So, I mean, we know that. We talked about this the other night. Yeah. Top 5 O-line. Our defense is in the top 10 still, even getting thrashed by San Fran. It's starting to linger out. I think it was 7. But, hey, still top 10. We still got our top 5 O-line. Pollard is top 10 in rushing yards. Where's Dak at passing? What are we missing? Dak is 16th.
I mean, okay, but the thing about, and I understand looking at those rankings, and this is not me defending Dak by any stretch. I'm not a Dak fan. I don't like Dak. But you can't really, in my opinion, base the season based off of passing yardage for Dak. I think you've got to look more at like QBR. You've got to look more at the ratio to touchdowns to interceptions,
5 to 4.
turnovers. Exactly. That's the number that I would focus on more than anything, because Dak, in games where the defense plays the way the defense plays, don't do anything that you don't have to do. I don't really care if you throw a touchdown. If we're up 24-3, that like I'm fine with winning that way. Let's win ugly, but our defense at this point is not good enough against these good teams for us to win ugly like that.
We have to keep the ball, though.
Yes, but we don't do that. We go 3 and out. We get a turnover, or we turn the ball over. Pollard turns the ball over when we're actually getting a decent drive going early in the game, and then
our defense forced a turnover.
And then our defense gets the ball back. And we do nothing with it. And that's what irritates me. When we force teams to turn the ball over, we have got to do something with it. We cannot let it waste. And the thing that's been the benefit of this season so far is our defense has scored enough to where there was no letting the offense touch the ball. The offense didn't have to touch the ball to score. So...
Which, speaking of your QBR for him and stuff, I get that with passing yards, maybe not always the determining factor, but someone else that I thought of. So when you look at Dak Prescott and Baker Mayfield, who do you think's better? No, serious. I'm being serious. Who would you take?
Okay.
Dak, right?
Yes.
But here's the thing. Baker is ahead in yards, ahead in less turnovers, ahead in touchdowns. But get this, Bucks have a top 10 O-line. I think there were 7. Their defense was also in the top 10.
Sounds like somebody's hopping on the Baker bandwagon.
Nope. Here's the thing. Baker is average, but he's in a system where he doesn't have to turn the ball over and just play decent to good like Brock Purdy, because I also said I would take Purdy over Dak.
Oh, I'm taking Purdy over Dak any day. Purdy's done more in big games than Dak has ever done.
Yeah, and they disagreed. But here's the thing. In those systems, those quarterbacks, that's all they ask of them. We're not asking for a Mahomes arm, Herbert.
Oh.
We're not asking Dak to do that. We're asking Dak to play simple, make smart reads. He's a veteran. He's been, 8 years now? Something like that?
8 years in the league, yes. This is his 8th year.
Yep, so he should be able to recognize at the line, hey, when this play is not going to work, I can read the defense, switch it. I don't see much of that. I don't see him making good, smart decisions on the field. Like the Fred Warner, where he went up to, he's going to block the pass, but then still ended up sacking Dak. Throw the ball away. When he jumps up or slightly goes in the air, take off. What are you doing?
Seriously. Well, you say that. They tried to, when the game was already over, they tried to pad the stats for Dak to make it look like a better game than it actually was, and he couldn't even do that.
Nope.
He threw 2 more interceptions. He couldn't even do that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and that was against some of San Fran's seconds. Like, Dak, you're hot garbage when you're not supposed to be hot garbage, because at one point you were the highest paid, if not, or you were closest to the highest paid, if not the highest paid quarterback at one point. Mm-hmm. Now the market's changed after a couple of years, but you're going to be asking for big QB money, and I hope Jerry tells you to stick it where the sun don't shine. That's what I hope Jerry does. I don't know that he's going to, but I hope he does that.
He won't.
Let's actually stop talking about something that's depressing. Okay. So top 5 NFL teams this year, Ben. I want you to go ahead and start. What would you say
in
your
order?
top 5?
Or just top 5?
How about you name 5 and then you go with an order?
So top 5 for me, I think it's pretty evident. From the NFC, I'm taking 2 teams and 2 teams only. Eagles and 49ers. And then I'm going to take the remaining 3 from the AFC, and it's just hard for me not to pick Chiefs, Bills, and I'm going to go Dolphins. To me, those are the top 5 teams right now. And
Where would you put them in order?
That's tough. In order, I think I'm going to put the 2 NFC teams at 1 and 2. I think I'm going to go Niners, then Eagles.
Okay.
But then I'm putting Chiefs at 3 because Patrick Mahomes, we all know he's capable of doing Patrick Mahomes, and that's enough for me. I don't need another reason. Chiefs at 3. And then I'm going to put Bills at 4 and Dolphins at 5, strictly because when they matched up, Buffalo thrashed Miami. And Miami, to me, I think they could be that team from the AFC. But the one question with the Dolphins, every year that we get, are they healthy? Will they be there when the playoffs hit? Tua, Waddle, Mostert, will you be there?
I love their coach. I love the Dolphins coach.
Me too. He's funny.
He's hilarious. I would love to play for him.
He's like a big kid.
Yes, he would be so fun to play for. But Ben, I think we basically agree on our top 5 lists. I'm gonna go Niners, Eagles, Chiefs, and then I'm going to go Bills and the Dolphins as well, because of the fact that the Bills beat the Dolphins, even though the Bills had an ugly loss last week, which kind of made me think, do I swap the 2? But then I thought
Another playoff team,
you can't, when you lose by 20 points, when the Dolphins lose by 20 points to the Bills, you can't put them next week above the Bills. You just can't do it. But yeah, we're going to have the same list. And also, I thought it was funny, speaking of the coach, why can't I think of his name?
Mike?
Yeah. Yeah.
The Dolphins coach.
Yeah,
Mike,
the Dolphins.
Mike Daniel or Mike McDaniel.
Yeah. But it was so funny to me because they asked him in like a press conference. They're like, how do you feel about the fact that y'all, through 5 games, have the most yards per game, or most yards through 5 games or whatever? And he said, oh man, I feel amazing because like that was what we set out to do. After 5 games, we set out to have the number 1 offense by yardage. We that was our goal for the year. So now we can just chill. I thought that was so funny. And then when he made the cameraman run with him, that was hilarious. That was he seems like just such a fun guy to be around.
I like when he's dancing around when they're all like stretching and stuff, and
yeah,
it's just like, what's he doing? He's in his own groove. I like it.
Yeah, and he walks to the beat of his own drum, which is always so refreshing. And he don't take everything, it doesn't seem like too serious. And during practice, he'll play like rap songs and stuff while they're stretching. It's kind of funny. But Ben, the next question. So we talked about that. Who are you taking as your top 5 quarterbacks in the NFL right now? Who if you had to pick, who are you going with?
So if I'm picking based off their ability to throw or like that, or what their team's doing,
pick it based off of this year, what you've seen from the quarterbacks of this year.
Yeah, based off their ability this year. Yeah. That's what I mean by that.
Okay,
So
yeah.
I'm taking in my top 5. I'm gonna name them out first, and then I can rank them if I need to. Obviously, I'm gonna have Patrick Mahomes in there.
Sir.
I'm gonna have Josh Allen. I'm gonna have Tua. I'm gonna put Jalen Hurts, and for my 5th one, I think I'm gonna go. So it's almost the same as the teams I selected, but I'm gonna put Purdy around 7 or 8.
Why you got to do that?
Yeah.
I got him in my 5.
No, I'm putting him around 7 or 8 just because he's not as lethal throwing, but he is smart, and I think he could easily get up there. But for 5, based on what he's done, the record may not show it, but he has played great football. I'm taking Justin Herbert.
Okay, and I can agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
So my list would be Mahomes, and then I wish I could say I was throwing Burrow in there because he is a top 5 quarterback, but he's not playing like a top 5 quarterback this season.
Correct. That's why.
So I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna go Mahomes. I'm gonna go Josh Allen at 2. I'm gonna go Tua at 3, and then I'm gonna go Jalen at 4 and Purdy at 5.
Okay.
Purdy has done what he needed to do and played the way he needed to play, and has won every single regular season game that he has played in.
Yep. 12-0, right?
Yeah, it's impressive. It's crazy. It's crazy. I mean, I'm not going to say he's like Tom Brady, but he reminds me of an early Tom Brady in the beginning of his career. Tom Brady just did what was required of him to do. When he had to come in for the replacement for I think it was Drew Bledsoe. When he came in for Drew Bledsoe. I mean, you can't. It's been similar, in my opinion, the way that he's played. He plays a lot like Brady, in my opinion. And I think San Fran would have won it all last year, if I'm being honest, if Purdy had been healthy. I think they would have won it all. But, okay, Ben, we have our Week 6 picks, and I want you to go ahead. You can just start naming them out, and then we'll start spitting them out.
Sounds good. And so the first game that's playing right now, it's Broncos-Chiefs, and I'm going Chiefs.
Chiefs.
The next one, we got the game in London this week, and it is Ravens-Titans, and I'm going Ravens.
Ravens have been kind of very disappointing. Typically, you might think you would throw Lamar Jackson in that top 5 conversation, but it just hasn't been there this year. I'm going Ravens as well.
And then the next game, we have Commanders and Falcons, and I don't really particularly like either team, but I'm going Atlanta.
Why we got to agree so much? I don't like agreeing with you. I hate the Commanders. Cowboys got all day. Ritter had a good game last week.
He did.
I'm going Falcons.
Hey, don't worry. That's what Benji's for. That's why he's last. Seahawks, Bengals, and I'm going to take a leap of faith here. I think he's going to kick it in.
Don't do it. That was supposed to be my. I'm agreeing. I'm going Bengals. Name it out first and let me say who I think's going to win first this time.
All right. Colts, Jags.
Jags.
I'm also going with T-Law. Jags. And then we have, oh, goodness, Panthers versus the Dolphins.
Dolphins.
Yeah, that's a 5-second Dolphin story.
It doesn't appear that the record will be changing, the amount of wins and losses per. I don't think they're going to be changing this week.
It gets better at the end.
Okay.
Vikings, Bears.
JJ's out. Bears.
JJ is out. That's tough. I think I'm going to go Vikings.
You do that. Think about it, though, this way. DJ Moore had his best game of the year last week.
Mm-hmm.
You know who has the worst passing defense in the NFL? The Vikings. I'm going Bears comfortably.
I'm going Vikings. But then we got 49ers versus the Browns.
49ers.
Yep, San Fran. Then we have Saints versus the Texans.
Now this one's interesting. This one's not going to be an easy one for us to just say. But I think I'm going to go Saints just on the fact that I'm pretty sure that Tank is hurt for the Texans. I don't know that he's playing. And also, Kamara, you're on my fantasy team, so I need you to do well. So I'm going Saints. I'm
also going Saints because I saw how the Texans played the Falcons and they lost last week. the first decent to good defense they played. Kind of shocked.
Okay.
I like Stroud, though. He's looking good, but I'm going Saints. And then we have Patriots at the Raiders.
I'm going Patriots.
Ooh, got another difference. I'm going Raiders.
I think apparently they had a good meeting this week. Their coaches did. And Mac Jones is not the problem. So apparently they're feeling good about next week. But Bill Belichick, I don't think Bill Belichick is going to go down like this. I mean, he's probably going to go down at the end of the season, but I think he's going to put up a little bit of fight. So I got to go Pats on this one.
And then Lions at the Bucks.
I'm gonna go Lions.
I'm also riding the Goff train. He has looked very good this year. He's in the top 10 for power rankings of QBs by QBR and everything he's done so far, just in case any of y'all didn't know.
Well, now you know.
Mm-hmm. Cardinals at the Rams.
Rams.
Yeah, that was pretty self-explanatory. Stafford looks good with Cup and Puka.
Oh, Puka Nuka and Cooper Cup. Hey, keep leading the way on my fantasy. Keep it going.
And then this one, I think it'll be another 5-second story. Eagles at the Jets.
I'm sorry, Zach Wilson, my fault. Eagles all the way.
Yep. Eagles pretty easily. Giants at the Bills.
Bills.
Yep. Going Bills.
What if Tyrod Taylor just comes out and plays crazy and beats the Bills? Wouldn't that just be hilarious?
It would be, especially if, because I'm thinking in my mind, I don't know about you, but I'm thinking Eagles and Bills win those games by at least 2 scores each.
Yeah.
And if
but
they
then
both,
the Bills are the type of team that they would somehow lose that, like they did against the Jets opening week.
True. But for the game that we're most excited for / nervous for, Monday Night Football, Cowboys at the Chargers.
Been waiting all day for Monday night. Carrie Underwood hit you with that one. Or is that Thursday night?
That's Monday night.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Monday night. Do I think we go to threes, or do I think the Chargers go to threes? I guess that would be the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
No, because it wouldn't, because they'd go to 2 and 4 if they lost to us.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm going to go. Is it at Big D or is it at the Chargers?
It's at the Chargers. Mm-hmm.
Chargers.
It pains me too, man. I can hear it in your voice. Chargers.
Whew. 3 and 3. Looks like we got a potentially 9 and 8, 8 and 9 season if we don't figure out some stuff.
We still got the Eagles twice. The
our
Chiefs.
schedule looks rough.
Oh,
Our schedule looks
goodness.
rough. I don't know what we're gonna do, and we got to play the Dolphins
Yep. And the Bills.
and the Bills. I mean, it's just loaded on. This was supposed to be early on, or early part of the season is where we were supposed to kind of steal some games. I'm not saying we should have beat San Fran, but the Cardinals, we shouldn't have lost to the Cardinals.
Nope.
We shouldn't have lost to the Cardinals.
And
There's
this
no
is
excuse. We should be 4-1 right now, and
And
the
then-
only loss being San Fran.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know. Is there anything else you want to cover on the sports section of this? Or are you Gucci with the side of Maine for this episode?
I think I'm pretty good. We'll keep them updated on our records like usual and let y'all know what Benji has to do next week after he loses. I'll get his picks
Yeah,
too,
I was
by
about
the
to
way.
ask. Are you going to get his picks?
Yep, he'll send me the picks tomorrow when he's back from out of town.
Oh, well, thank you guys for listening to this version of the Terrible No Good Podcast, Sports Edition, because we're going to have 2 separate pods. Not 1 pod a week. We're going to have 2 pods a week. So, thank you for watching this. Thank you for viewing it. Thank you for potentially hitting that like button, potentially subscribing. Please share. Please follow. Please do all the things that you can do on our Instagrams, our socials. Like this hoe up. Get us buzzing. Get us popping for real, though. And tell us what else we should talk about. Either sports, either anything. Tell us what we should talk about. And we appreciate the views. Peace.